If you've been following the channel around, you know that I normally talk about smart and sport watches. But hybrid watches are a cool thing since they are the perfect mixture out of an analog watch and a smartwatch. So right here we've got the Garmin Vivomove Sport that was released just a few weeks ago with a great battery life and a very sporty look. Now on the other hand, we got the Fossil Everett. Now that one may also be a hybrid smartwatch, but that one is more on the classic side of things. So if you would ask me, if I wouldn't run around with a new smartwatch like every week, I would definitely prefer to run around with one of these hybrid watches. And if you think the same and can't decide which one to get, then this video will be perfect. So today we will check out what I love about the Fossil Everett and what I love about the Garmin Vivomove Sport. Now before we start with the video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel if you are new and like that kind of content. Also click the notification bell to never miss out on any new uploads. And now let's get started. Let's get to point number one on the list, the design and the specs. Now this one is a small 40 by 40 by 11 meter smartwatch with a tiny OLED screen on the bottom end of the watch face. Since this watch is that small, it's the perfect companion for all of the sporty activities, especially if you know that this one only weighs in at 19 grams without the strap, so you barely feel it whenever you go for a run or anything like that. As well as we get a small 20mm silicone strap with a quick release feature. It is water resistant up to 5 ATM, so you can actually go swim with this one. And it is compatible with iOS and Android devices. By the way, you can get this watch in 4 different colors. Now you can either get it in this all black version, in brown, white, or in mint green. If you look at the Fossil Everett, we see at first sight that this one is a lot bigger. Now, overall, we're talking about a 45mm stainless steel case with an 18mm strap that starts off a little bit bigger and gets a little bit smaller towards the ends of it. Unlike the Garmin product, this watch is only water resistant up to 3 ATM, so you cannot really go swim with it. Rain and sweat is okay, but please don't go diving with this. But just like the Garmin product, this watch is compatible with iOS and Android devices. As well as you can get this watch in 4 different variations. Either in this brown leather and a black stainless steel combo, a whole stainless steel, a stainless steel with a grayish tone, and a black silicone strap, which is probably the most viable option if you're looking to do any sport with this one. Up to the navigation, and both of these watches are very different when it comes to that. On the Vivomove Sport, you have no physical buttons at all, and you can only use the fingers on the bottom part of the watch face to swipe through your different applications, start your workout modes, get to your settings, and so on. So by long pressing the home screen, you get to your different apps and use the double tap to start one of your workouts. The Fossil watch is totally different and has no touchscreen at all. All of the navigation is done with the 3 buttons on the side. Right here, we can use the upper and lower button to scroll through our apps and tiles, and the middle button to select and start a workout. Also by long pressing it, it either takes you to your menu or back to the home screen. So as you can see, these 2 watches are totally different when it comes to navigation. Normally, I'm a big fan of swiping left and right with the touchscreen. But when it comes to some workouts, especially for swimming workouts, or even if it's just raining or if you're sweating a lot, the touchscreen sometimes is not responding when the screen is wet, and that's where a button comes in handy. You could at least add a 1 button to the Vivomove Sport to select or stop or start one of the workouts. Let's check out the activity tracking and the sport mode that we get with these 2 watches. Starting with the Garmin, on which you get up to 10 different sport modes. 10 might not seem a lot, but you have the common ones covered like strength training, walking, running, cycling, swimming, and a few more. Unfortunately, these are not customizable and you can only set some goals. By the way, this one also has an auto workout / activity tracking function, so you don't have to start them yourself, but it's a little bit hidden in the settings and not in the workout section. Now, if we take a look at the Fossil Everett, this one has 10 workout modes as well. Now, since this one is only water resistant up to 3 ATM, you will not find a swimming mode. But this one also automatically tracks some of your workouts such as running, cycling, walking, and rowing. And that already after just 3 minutes. One thing you just have to know about these 2 watches is that they have no built-in GPS. So they have to be connected to your smartphone in order to track one of your routes. As for the accuracy, the Garmin Vivomove Sport is doing a way better job regarding the heart rate, mileage, steps, and stuff like that. I mean, both watches are getting the job done, but one is just a little bit better than the other one. Health tracking wise, Garmin products are always on the top of the list, and that's the same right here. The Vivomove Sport tracks basically all of your health stats, starting with the 24/7 heart rate reading, SpO2 readings during the night, sleep and stress tracking, and as well as it tracks your respiration rate. So there's nothing someone could miss right here. By the way, you also have a body battery, just like with every Garmin product. that measures how much energy you have left for the rest of the day, or if you reach 0% just after lunch, which I always feel like. Now, if it comes to the Fossil Everett, this one does not track just as much. It only tracks standard stuff like your heart rate 24 hours a day, your sleep, burnt calories for the day, as well as your steps. So definitely not as many functions as on the Garmin. The battery life is always a crucial point when it comes to smart or sport watches, but it's a little bit more relaxed when it comes to hybrid smartwatches. Now, if you talk about the Garmin Vivomove Sport, you get about 5 days of normal usage. Depending on how much you're using it or how often you're using it, you get a little bit more or a little bit less. Now, charging it for only 15 minutes will give you enough battery life for a whole another day. And the coolest thing right here is if you're running out of battery life, your analog watch will still work for another day. Now, if we talk about the Fossil Everett, it's a whole different story. This one will last up to 2 weeks on normal usage, depending on how much you're using it. Now, charging it takes a little bit longer. From 0 to 80%, it will take you 60 minutes, but therefore you only have to do it like once every 2 weeks. And I guess that's fine to me. All right, let's get to a pretty cool feature that I did not expect to have on a hybrid smartwatch, which is the notifications. So on both watches, you can basically receive all of the notifications from every app on your smartphone. And on the Garmin one, you can actually reply to those with some quick reply answers as well. It's supposed to work on the Fossil as well, and I can customize my answers in the app, but it won't let me use these messages. Well, even though I'm not using the quick replies that often, besides of when I'm in a meeting and have no time, it is still great to see if it's worth taking out your smartphone to reply to some messages, since most of the times it's just some random pop-ups that I don't care about anyway. So great feature right here. When it comes to watch faces, the Fossil Everett is way better than the Garmin watch. If you go to the Fossil Hybrid Smartwatch app, we can click on customization and we can create our very own watch face. So on the first page, we can actually customize our 3 physical buttons first and choose which shortcuts we want to have. For me, it's the workouts on top, notifications in the middle, and music on the bottom button. Now, if we click on settings and edit, we can create our very own watch face. We can choose the color of the background, style of the background, add some stickers, and even write something and place it anywhere on the watch face. We can also use a picture from our gallery, but keep in mind, since we have no colors on this watch, the picture will be black and white as well, but still pretty cool to do. On the Garmin, we cannot customize as much, so we can decide which widgets and metrics should be displayed on our watch face when we swipe, and we have a total of 12 different variations of watch faces to choose from. I like mine packed with metrics, but there are also some minimalistic ones for you guys. And I guess that's basically everything you can do when it comes to the background. One major difference that we just have to talk about are the different apps. So the Garmin is using the Garmin Connect app and the Fossil is using the Fossil Hybrid Smartwatch app. And I have to tell you up front that the Garmin Connect app is 1,000 times better than the Fossil app. It is probably the best fitness tracking app on the market right now. Just the sheer amount of stats that you can look in is incredible. You have all of your workouts separated in different categories, just like the health stats. You have access to your safety features in case something on your hiking tour goes terribly wrong, and just the starting page on which you have all of your stuff bundled together is great. Whereas on the Fossil Hybrid app, you just have your 5 categories of metrics your watch is tracking. And that's about it. Where you can see the last days, month and years as well, and have a few nice graphs to make it look a little bit prettier. But besides that, there is not really too much. As for the price, both watches almost cost the same if we leave out any deals. So the Garmin Vivomove Sport will cost you right around 180 euros on the official Garmin store. Now when it comes to the Fossil, that will cost you 200 euros on the official store, but since this one is already a little bit older, you will find a way better deal on some of these online stores or maybe also on eBay. Now considering the features that we get with both of these watches, the price seems pretty fair. Now just for reference, I covered both of these watches already in separate video. Just click right here or here to get right to them. And now, with that being said, see you next time. Peace.